What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Thursday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. The Chiefs rounded out minicamp today. Finally get their hands on those Super Bowl rings later on this evening. We break down Wednesday's practice, which was yesterday, and those pressers, and we look ahead to hearing from Coach Reid and Mahomes tomorrow. First, give us a like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Let's dive into it. All right, so today wraps up the final day of Chiefs mandatory minicamp. This signals the end of the Chiefs offseason training program. After tonight's Super Bowl ring ceremony, the team is going to be off until they meet back up again at the end of July for training camp. Still no date has been released as to that exact start, but we know it's going to be up in St. Joseph, Missouri, and Missouri Western University, and typically camp runs the last week of July through the second preseason game. All right, now let's break down yesterday's camp as defensive tackle Chris Jones, wide receiver Hollywood Brown, and wide receiver Justin Watson all spoke. A few housekeeping notes off the top. Two players were absent from Wednesday's practice, defensive end B.J. Thompson and offensive guard Joe Tooney. Now, Thompson is expected after suffering a seizure and going into cardiac arrest last week. Thompson was released from the hospital just 3 days ago, and his agent confirms he's doing well. Tooney, on the other hand, was absent due to a pec injury. Kicker Harrison Butker was back after missing on Tuesday due to illness, and linebacker Leo Chanel and cornerback Jalen Watson were limited the second day in a row, according to the local media. They weren't scrimmaging. With all that out of the way, let's start off with Mr. Sack Nation himself. Chris Jones is a national treasure, right? Soundbite after soundbite he delivers, and yet always finds a way to keep Chiefs Kingdom on their toes. You never know what Stone Cold Jones is going to say, and Wednesday was no exception. If anyone can get away with throwing up the double birds at a press conference, it would be Chris Jones. When asked about his teammates returning, Jones had nothing but praise to say for the Chiefs' ownership and nothing but some hands for anyone who was coming after Clark Hunt's reputation.
Oh, double birds for anybody who gave my owner an F+.
Oh,
you know? Okay. He's an A+ in my book. He ended up extending Coach Reid, Brett Veach, and bringing Joe Cullen back, giving him extensions, Spags. I mean, the moves he made this offseason is high priority moves and putting his team in a position to win again. So I commend the Hunt family for that. And I'm excited, man. We got a lot of guys back on the D-line that we had last year. So the chemistry amongst the group, continue to build off of that. Everyone is healthy. Knock on wood. We waiting on Charles Omenihu to get back. Who played a huge factor with us last year. So we're in a positive direction right now.
In that clip, Jones also spoke about defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo's extension and how important it was to bring him back. The defensive tackle says Spags keeps the defense very hungry, always reminding them to never settle, even using some previous coaching woes to make his point.
Just how easy it is to get complacent. You know, I think that was 2016, 2017 New York Giants, if I'm correct. He actually showed us the bulletin this morning on the board, how they was ranked second and went to 34th. And just the complacency level, man. It's so easy to get complacent. It's so easy to get to we'll fix it later, you know what I mean? Especially when you come off of such a high. So you want to always keep that pressure applied and making sure you're challenging each other at the highest level.
Now, this year's offseason looks a heck of a lot different than last year for Sack Nation. Remember, last year Jones held out. He didn't show up to OTAs or training camp, even week 1, as a part of a long contract dispute. Now, this year, everything is settled after agreeing to a long-term deal back in March.
For the mental health aspect of it is I'm here. You know, last year I wasn't. I got to report to training camp. Last year I didn't, so my mental was like, shit, I gotta stay in the dorm. Last year I didn't, I slept in my bed. So, you know, it's a mental challenge. But overall, I'm in a good state of mind. I'm happy to be here, happy to be back on the team with Kansas City. I'm happy to be back with the organization. I think it's a plus for both of us, and I'm excited to be back here, man.
With his future locked in here in Kansas City for the next 5 years, stepping away from football couldn't be further from his mind. Jones did, however, take some time to poke fun at teammate Travis Kelce, who is about 5 years older and was asked a similar question about retirement just a day ago.
Yeah, listen, I don't think about it, man. You know, once you begin to think about things like that, you begin to feed the mind those type of thoughts. I don't even want my mind to even go that far to the R word. But Trav, he's fucking pretty old. All right? I'm just playing, Trav. I love you. But no, man, Trav, he got like 4 or 5 more years in it. What is he even talking about retirement for? I mean, we can't let TK Soul go. It's like, if we retire, we got to retire together. Give me at least 6 more years. Then we'll talk about it.
Moving on to the Chiefs' newest flashy wide receiver, Hollywood Brown. The wide receiver seems to be fitting in just perfectly here in KC. He even fits in with the main goal here in Kansas City, getting that three-peat. Brown has never won a Super Bowl, having been with the Cardinals and the Ravens before KC, and now he's ready to go out and get his own ring.
It's big motivation. I'm getting close with a lot of them, and just see the work that these guys putting in, and the eagerness to chase another one. And I want my first one, so I'm excited for it.
Speaking of those different stops in his NFL career, Brown has played alongside some elite quarterbacks, from Lamar Jackson to Kyler Murray, now Patrick Mahomes. Yet Hollywood says there's really no similarities. Each QB has their own style and own type of game.
I mean, not really. Yeah, they're all different players. Nobody's like each other. Nobody's like Patrick Mahomes. Nobody's like Lamar Jackson. Nobody's like Kyler.
As Mahomes' newest weapon, Brown seems to like how he's being utilized as compared to seasons past. He says Kansas City is embracing his skill set and letting him reach his potential.
They let me play. They're letting me be a weapon. Something that, I'm excited to do. It's not, I'm just stuck in this role or that role. I get to be a weapon for the offense. I'm excited for that. Guys look at me, they think, oh, he only could do this or he only could do that. Coach Reed, he's put me in positions to do a lot of things.
Well, with a players coach like Andy Reid and a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, it's no surprise. Hollywood also shares what it's like getting to know QB1 off the field.
I look at him for who he is. He's a humble guy. And, his mind is always on the main thing, always. And that's what I like about him. And being around him helped me and, what I want out of my career. And just excited going forward.
Last but certainly not least, Chiefs wide receiver Justin Watson taking the podium to chat with the local media. Now, Watson, he's heading into his third season in Kansas City this fall, saying it's been great to see new guys on the team, only going to help them get better.
Yeah, I think we're still figuring out what everyone's good at. Coach Reed and the whole offensive staff is really good at using everyone's strengths and hiding some weaknesses. First impressions is just that, those guys are blazers. They're a different level of speed, and defenses are going to have to back up.
One guy who stands out in the wide receiver room to Watson is rookie Xavier Worthy. Although he's been nursing a hamstring injury, his transition into the NFL, he says, looks promising.
Yeah, he's doing a great job picking up the playbook. One of the tough things early on in this offense is, okay, can you learn one position, but the way we use receivers, can you learn all three? So I think he's had a nice job had a nice opportunity to sit back and look at every single position, see the defenses, let the game slow down for him a little bit as he transitions to an NFL playbook and see NFL defenses.
As for the 3P goal this season, Watson says everyone is locked in. Last year was great, but now it's full speed ahead on this season.
Yeah, I think it's a Hank Aaron quote that I really like. He said, yesterday's home runs don't win today's games. And that's always how you got to attack the season. This time of year, nobody cares that you won the Super Bowl last year. It doesn't earn you anything except you're getting everybody's best shot. So we've just used this time to, forget about the Super Bowl. We got the ring ceremony tomorrow. That'll be the last time that we talk about or celebrate last season. But really, since we've gotten here, it's been, the whole train's moving forward. Nobody's talking about last year. It's about what we want to do this year.
Now today, head coach Andy Reid and quarterback Patrick Mahomes are speaking. We're going to break down those pressers on tomorrow's episode, so make sure you join us before heading out for the weekend. Also, don't forget, right now as this episode is dropping, the Chiefs are getting those Super Bowl 58 rings. We're going to have all the details of the bling on Friday's show, so tune in. You don't want to miss it. All right, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. Remember, as always, join us on that LLC, our Loyal Listeners Club. It's a great place to chat and interact with other fans and myself. Also, show us some love on today's episode. Like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you right back here on Friday.